No haraka haraka, pole pole.
Okay.
Pole pole. They live the Hakuna Matata life there, the pole pole life, which I love, honestly. That's what I'm all about. Hello, everyone. Ramadan Kareem. We are back. Hope everyone is enjoying the Ramadan. I am back.
مبارك عليكم الشهر.
Did you miss me?
وايد.
I
Welcome back.
I just got back from
الحمد لله على السلامة.
الله
لو
يسلمك.
سمحتي start cooking يلا.
just got back from the mountain.
You gotta help a girl out.
I'm
لحين ما
safe.
خلص ألف سمبوسة يا جماعة so I'm doing it.
I'll
منو
do
ما
it.
خلص وياي؟ Come on في ناس أكيد ما خلصت.
I don't know. My mom has been on it since before.
ما أقدر. Your mom doesn't have a corporate life. Shout out to خالتي. I love you والله بس يعني كان ودي أخذ دروس من عندك.
Her corporate life is the kitchen. She loves
Is
the
the kitchen?
Yeah.
And then you tuck it in. هذا التك هي اللي صعبة. How are you?
Is good. Is good, girl.
How is getting back to civilization?
So weird. I'm still adjusting.
That's like the first question لازم أسألك إياه.
It is so weird. I'm still adjusting. يعني imagine being disconnected from civilization for eight days. We were no electricity, no
زين.
buildings, no cars, no service. Just in the middle of the mountain. It was really nice. I love it. I actually miss it.
Yeah?
Like being back feels so weird. I'm still like adjusting being back, honestly. But it was so healing. How much cheese do you like in your sambusa? Do you like it cheesy?
I do like it cheesy. يعني I don't want a sambusa فاضية
Okay.
من الآخر يعني. I like it thick, stuffed. So when you fry it good.
All right. Where should I put this?
شنو?
The fallen cheeses. And then,
This is going to be one hell of an episode with us doing.
How is your Ramadan going so far?
Ramadan is good. It's always nice to be around family. But يعني, this has been hectic, like trying to basically work and cook and cooking is not something that like it's mandatory for me, but it
feels good.
It buys time, you know,
Yeah.
like it actually makes time fly. And if I don't do anything and if I don't enter the kitchen, like time
my
just
sambusa?
it's so cute.
All right.
It's so cute.
We need
you
to
have
get
gentle hands. You have gentle hands. So like if you don't cook, it's just the clock just it's stuck.
I don't know. For me, it's normal. Like I'm used to عادي يعني.
It's just stuck.
For me, I just hate the traffic. I hate the traffic in Ramadan.
For the last week that you weren't here, it was one hell
I can imagine.
of a week, honestly.
I can imagine.
Like you would only get out if it's do or die, basically.
That's why. Thank God I was gone.
Yeah, I guess so too. صراحة. Then other than that, الله يستر. علقت ما أدري شنو سالفتي. Anyways.
Tell me
I want to know everything.
about the trip. I know
I want to know everything.
I've been gatekeeping. I haven't been talking to you because I'm like, I'll tell you later. Well, trip of a lifetime. Trip, adventure of a lifetime. It was my first time doing this kind of trip. So يعني, I do hike a lot, but it's my first time where I'm actually like camping in the middle of the mountain for 7 days and climbing an actual summit. Because I've done normal day hikes where I went to يعني, مثلا Oman.
I remember Oman.
I've been to like Joshua Tree. I've been to Malibu, Ojai, California, Runyon Canyon, Turkey, the Lycian Way. So and then like the
You've been around, like hiking wise.
I've been day hiking around, but this was like the first time where I actually hike in the middle of a mountain where you're actually camping and you're climbing a summit. So I went to, for those that don't know, I went to Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. Can you tell us where it is?
In Tanzania.
Okay.
Jumbo, Mambo,
Okay.
Habari, Nzuri Sana, Hakuna Matata. I loved it there. Tanzania is beautiful. It's gorgeous. The people are nice. The nature is gorgeous. So Kilimanjaro is the highest summit in Africa. It's 5,895 meters above sea level.
Okay.
So it's one of the 7 summits of the world.
And it's the highest in Africa.
In Africa,
Perfect.
yes.
Okay.
So it's the first time that I do such a hike.
Okay.
And well, when I tell you, it was amazing, life-changing. It was mentally challenging. It is challenging, I'm not gonna lie, but worth every second, every minute, every sweat, every tear, everything. And
did you expect it to be difficult or hard in the sense that?
No, I knew that in terms of expectations, I was open. I didn't have much expectations. I knew it was going to be a challenging experience.
Okay.
I knew it was going to be not like a walk in the park. You're hiking for 7 days up a mountain. So yeah, أكيد it's not going to be a piece of cake.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. But when I tell you it exceeded my expectations.
In terms of beauty of nature and everything.
Oh my God, nothing like I've ever seen in terms of the beauty. يعني, I was just walking and I was like, wow, wow, wow. The whole time I'm just like walking. I'm like, wow, what is this? This feels like something out of a Disney movie or something out of a book, like I don't know, something out of a fairy tale. The jungle, because so day one, we walked into like a rainforest where like the tree canopies were covering. Second day was a moorland. Third day, like the trees kept getting smaller, like shorter and shorter. Then we went into like an alpine desert.
Okay.
And then up until we went up into like next to, because Kilimanjaro is a dormant volcano. Okay. So like there's an area, it's called Lava Tower, or a cave. And they have like these really interesting trees that are called the Synesia trees that you don't find anywhere except there. It's a very endemic.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of different types of plants. And you know me, I love my plants.
You love your plants, you love your fruits.
My nature. So yeah, I was just like wowed by everything. Literally out of a fairy tale movie.
That's the thing. I think we always need to remember to connect.
We are so disconnected from nature.
I think this is something that Ramadan reminds us to do, honestly.
Do what?
Like connect with you're supposed to, but obviously life takes us and, things are things happen. But when we travel, especially if it's nature, like if it's somewhere like Tanzania or I don't know, some city, I think we should disconnect. And when I say disconnect, I mean not on our phones 24/7.
Yeah, I was literally disconnected for 8 days.
Yeah.
What else do you want to know? To ask me like direct questions. I don't know. Like I don't know where to start, where to begin. That's how speechless I am.
Okay, so how many people were with you in the whole trip?
So
I know there's different people from different countries around the Gulf.
So we were a group of total of 10 people. Shout out to all 10 of them. I wouldn't have asked for a better group.
Okay. And all of them are from the GCC countries.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Except one girl, she lives in the GCC, but she's actually Colombian.
Girl, you're from us, regardless.
Yes. But we were all from the GCC countries.
Okay.
It was, they were all amazing. Each person added their own special touch to the trip. Each person, we were all there for the same mission, for the same end goal,
Okay.
So everyone was empowering each other. Everyone was pushing each other and motivating each other, inspiring each other. So I wouldn't have asked for a better group, honestly.
I love that.
Yeah, we all worked together.
Each other.
So and everyone added their own special touch, which made the trip even more special.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love how when
And it's like, we were all strangers, but then we spent a whole week together, ate together, hiked together.
Yeah.
So it felt like towards the end of the trip, it felt like you knew them for way longer than you thought you did.
You saw yourselves in nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's something more sentimental than that.
No, it's amazing. I miss it already.
Seriously?
I would go back on. Yeah, the day. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I know the questions are coming, so I don't want to.
Yeah. The questions are coming. I just wanted to start from basically ground zero.
Yeah, our guy, and then actually, let me just emphasize on something. Even with our group, we had a local tour company there.
Okay.
They're called Kili. We wouldn't have done this trip. We wouldn't have been able to get there without them. They are the most passionate people, the most helpful people, the most nicest people there. So basically, we had a local company there that helped guide us there with their local guides. And when I tell you 5-star treatment, they spoiled us. Yeah, Kili, thank you so much. The guides were all amazing. The helpers were all amazing. We wouldn't have been able to climb or reach there or even just go from day 1 to day 2 without them.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah.
Honestly. I hear the people there are also friendly regardless of...
When I tell you, it gave me a whole shift of perspective. They help you from the heart. Yeah, they help you because they want to, not because they have to. And when they come, we had a chef there.
Okay.
That cooked us 3 meals a day.
Okay.
3 hot meals. And the fact, when he does it, you feel like he's cooking from the heart. Mama Africa, shout out to you. Every single day, he's trying to be creative with it, with limited resources, cooking out of a tent. And this tent is being carried from one camp to the other.
Wow.
But he made it special for us.
What about the ingredients that they cook with? Was it something they bought and they brought it with them? Or was it fresh ingredients out of
everything they bring with them. The only thing that's fresh is we got fresh water there. It can't get any more natural than this. We were getting fresh water from Kilimanjaro, from the mountain.
Wow.
Every single day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me just clean up.
So we're done?
Yeah, we're done.
You want to do more? I can help you do more.
I'm finished with the cheese.
So you're happy with your Samboosa? You're done?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough cheese, but anyways,
whenever you want, just hit me up.
I'm
glad to help.
You're my Samboosa gal. It was actually very therapeutic. But we cleaned I cleaned my hand, I have my rings on, my glasses on. I want to know.
Back in business.
Yeah. I'm so intrigued in what inspired you to actually take this trip. Because as you said, you've been hiking before, but this is the first time that you do something like this, like camping, a week.
It's crazy. So I'm going to take you way back, rewind, when I was 16.
Okay.
I was watching, there was this show, I think it was called Finding Everest or something, where this guy takes people on these trips to Mount Everest. And since that time I was watching, I got so inspired. I was like, you know what? One day I want to climb Mount Everest. Okay. I want to do it, inshallah. And then ever since then, I just put it in the back of my head. And I never really worked towards it. Mm-hmm. And then last year comes actually. And I was talking to one of my cousins. I was like, you know what? I actually want to do Kilimanjaro. It's actually, I think it's the first step towards
Mount Everest. Yeah. Okay.
I want to do Kilimanjaro. I want to, I want to start khalas. I want to start doing these things. As you said, year of execution.
For sure.
2025. So I was like, you know
2024.
what? Oh yeah, we're in 2024. Sorry.
الأيام تركض معاها مش
So I was like, khalas, I really want to start doing, I don't want to keep saying later. And subhanallah, it was January.
Yeah.
The ad popped up and it's Kilimanjaro trip. I'm like, you know what?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. And it was with Prism Adventure. Shout out to Prism. I contacted one of my friends. She's gone on a Prism adventure before. And I told her, what do you think? And stuff like that. And she's like, yes, go for it. And then when I contacted them, they sent me the itinerary. I took one day. I just looked over the itinerary. I'm like, sold. Yalla. I registered the next day.
Okay.
I even, like, it was considered a registered late because it's been, they've advertised about it since October, but I didn't see it until January. And I'm like, okay, yalla, sold. So I just signed up for it without a second thought. And I'm like, yalla, why not? Let's go. Let's do it.
I know you did the whole research about like wardrobe and what you need.
Oh, that was a whole
I remember
different thing. Because like when they sent us the itinerary, they did send the packing list. And that was overwhelming. Because mind you, I have not lived in anywhere cold for the past 15 years. I have no proper winter clothes. When I tell you, I don't even have a coat.
I don't think it's about like you living in a winter place.
يعني I wouldn't have that. Like I wouldn't have that. يعني مثلا, for example, من هالناحية, people that have lived in Boston, they know some things. Like for example, hand warmers. I didn't know they existed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know this thing existed. Down jacket. I didn't know like what's the difference between a down jacket and a windbreaker and all these things.
Okay.
I was just like, I'm a hoodie person. Like, just give me a hoodie, and you know, like that's the
windbreaker, down jacket.
That's the heaviest thing I own, like a leather jacket and a hoodie. So when you come to like all these other things, I was like, shit, yeah. So that's when I started doing the research, and it was overwhelming. But
was it difficult to find certain things that you needed?
I ordered everything online.
No, I mean like, not in the sense of going and buying it, in the sense of description, material.
It was overwhelming.
Quality-wise, I mean.
Thanks to the guide. Thank you, Suki. I annoyed him a lot. I was like, is this good?
Okay.
Should I get this? Whatever. Like every time I was like, is this what I should get? Is this what I should not get? So it was, in my case, it was overwhelming. I did, the guide helped me so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So you took that initiative step. You took that initiative step and you basically, let's say you booked, the trip happened, you fly out, you arrived in Tanzania. What's the first thing that you experienced?
First day, I'm still not, it didn't hit me yet. I'm there physically. Mentally, I think it was all of us. It wasn't just me. It was all of us. I still didn't, it didn't hit us where it was like, we're still processing. Like, I'm all the way here in Tanzania, first time ever. And tomorrow, I'm going to go climb up a mountain. I was like, is this happening for real?
Wow.
But then, when the next day came and we met the guides and we got to the gate, and they were like, okay, yalla, we're doing this right now. So that's when it really hit. But even then, every single day felt so surreal. Honestly, it felt like a dream. If I was trying to document every single thing in terms of video, in terms of photos, just so that I could look back at it and be like, wow, I was there. Because everything is happening so fast. Every day is a different location, different landscape, different weather. It was just on to the next one, you know? You're living it, and when you're there in the mountain, honestly, I felt so present. I was in the moment every single day, but it was so fast that it's like, wow, that just happened. But you're so in it, you're immersed in the moment.
Because you're cut off.
Not only that.
Internet, you're cut off the grid. You're living in the zone. You're experiencing something for the first time. You're completely surrounded with what's happening, and that's it.
Definitely. And literally, our lives was eat, hike, sleep, repeat. And it was amazing. And even within the hike, when I said present, you're just walking, and I'm just one breath at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time, each step of the way.
Was it difficult, for someone as athletic and energetic, mashallah, as you are? Did you find it in any way difficult or challenging, let's say?
For me, the most challenging thing was the cold.
I know you don't handle the cold very
So
well.
when I was going there, one of the only things that I was worried about was like the cold. Shit.
Disclaimer: Farah hates winter. She hates.
So I was like, but honestly, like we got through it. It wasn't as bad as I thought because if you had the proper gear, the proper clothes, it was all good. We did have one challenging day in the middle where it rained on us as we were hiking. Although we had on waterproof jackets, it rained a lot, so we were drenched. And it got a little cold. When it got cold, like, you're still damp. So that was the challenging part about it. But other than that, the cold wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. Obviously, you're wearing layers. So it wasn't as bad. In terms of challenge, the only challenge I found, honestly, was that last summit day, which I don't know if you want to talk about it now. You want to talk about it later?
No, I do want to talk about it later, but like... Okay, so let's take it a step back. I want to talk about the camping experience.
Okay.
Like, would you set up your tent? I've never been camping, and I don't think I will ever, to be honest, take that step because I'm a bit scared when it comes to camping, when it comes to like living in a place with no restroom facilities and all of that.
All right. So when I tell you we were spoiled to the, I mean, spoiled.
To the T.
To the T. This is what I mean by being spoiled.
Okay.
We had, from the guide team, we had people, basically they carry our bigger bags, which is big duffels, but they have a law there that it can be more than 20 kilos. So the same route that we're hiking, mashallah alayhim, I'm still mind blown by it. And every day I just look at them and I'm like wowed by it. The same route that we hike, they carry our bags on top of their head or on top of their shoulders to the campsite. They carry the tents. They carry everything.
So you travel with
one backpack.
With a backpack and a duffel bag?
The duffel bag, they carry it they have porters that carry it from you from point A to point B.
Okay.
They set up the tent for you. They set up how the campsite looks like. It's a bunch of these small tents which are quite spacious. It fits it could fit two people actually inside, but it had one person per tent. We had where it fits our sleeping bag, our duffel bag. They would set it up for you, and your duffel bag would already still be there already inside the tent. You get there. When you first arrive to the campsite, they welcome you with warm towels to kind of wipe off your face, your hands.
God, that's so cute.
Yes. There was a huge tent, which was our kind of like the living room dining area, which had
the lounge area.
Yeah, had that table. That's where we had our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there was actually the bathroom. That was another thing that exceeded my expectations. The bathroom was not as bad as I expected it to be. It's actually an actual toilet. Okay. It's not a hole in the ground.
So it's like basically swalf bar.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I'm telling you, it exceeded my expectations. They had hot water, like in buckets where like with the turn that you can wash your hands, wash your face, brush your teeth in the morning. Every single morning they would give us like a wake up call with, they would knock on your tent at 6 a.m. every morning and they give you ginger tea with honey.
Wow.
I actually missed that ginger tea with honey. That was like that ginger tea wake up call. That was like cherry on top.
Yeah, it's like a hug from within.
Yes. Anything you needed, they would help you. And one time they saw me struggling to close the zipper of the tent. They came running. And when I tell you they help from the heart, this is what I'm talking about. So when you say campsite, whatever, same thing. Like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't have any expectations going into it, but it exceeded any expectations I would have had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so inspiring to hear because like I know you're that tough it out type of girl, and I know you did this not knowing what you would get or what you would see. But like, I mean, hats off, Sarah.
Thank you.
To you, to the whole group, to the guides. I mean, it's not easy, even for the guides themselves to like basically take in 10 strangers and go into the middle of nowhere.
They did it with an open heart. Shout out to the whole team. Bakari, Abraham, David, Alphonse, Mama Africa, the real MVP, Kanye from Tanzania.
Kanye, I love that.
That guy was a character. He made the trip, yeah, and his laugh is so contagious. His energy is unmatched. Probably forgetting a lot of names, but Jum'ah, shout out to all of those. بصراحة, they made the trip.
Okay. Shout out to all you guys. المزعج المخرج اللي ورا. So, meals were cooked, tents were set.
Bags were being carried.
Yeah, exactly.
And even during, like, say when we're hiking from point A to point B, if they see that you're feeling tired and you're not able to carry your backpack, because our backpack has 4 liters of water, clothes, a bunch of stuff that you need. So our backpacks themselves are already like 5-6 kilos carrying. We're carrying 5-6 kilos behind our backs. So if they see that you're unable to carry it or you're having a difficult time or whatever, they're going to help you carry it for you during that hike. Mm-hmm. If they see that you're stuck, they will come hold your hand and help you. From point they would do whatever they would need to help you succeed.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So we talked about inspirations, we talked about challenges. Not all challenges, because we're
climbing up the mountain.
Exactly, we're climbing up the mountain, and right now we're just in the middle. Okay, so in the middle, you're day what exactly? 4?
Day 4, yes.
Day 4 or 5, I would think so. So you're doing this with complete strangers, and I'm not talking about the guides. I'm talking about, the other the other 9 people that were with you, and for all of you to come together. To be honest, I think, in my perspective, that was one of the highlights of your trip, to get to know 9 other different people, yes, and from different countries, different backgrounds nonetheless.
Definitely. And for some people within that group, it was their first time traveling with complete strangers. I've done it before a couple of times. Like I've done, for example, my YES program, it was with different people. Yeah. So it's not really my first time doing so. Mm-hmm. But for others, it was their first time. And that was like the first challenge that they took. And they enjoyed it. So when it's actually a really great opportunity to meet like-minded people, because we're all in this together. Mm-hmm. We're all probably like interested in hiking and interested in taking this adventure. So it's just amazing. And I recommend anyone to do it. Whoever is hesitant about doing, just go for it. You'll never know who you're going to meet along the way, who's going to add to your, you never know, maybe you create lifelong friendships.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I really hope you guys stay friends, or like do a second trip together, honestly.
Definitely.
Some sort of a reunion.
Definitely.
Or you can actually go to Everest now altogether. I think the first step was Kilimanjaro.
Listen, the whole team has حاطين الأمل فيهم, حاطين all their hopes in me doing it. So I'm like, the pressure is on.
I think you can inspire more people to join. And I think you can
Everest, no, like listen, Everest is a whole different rodeo.
It's going to take time.
It's a whole different rodeo. Like, honestly, I am itching for another trip like this. Like, I didn't expect, you know me, I'm a beach person, ocean person. I didn't expect the mountains to capture a part of my heart like this.
Wow, that's deep.
Yep. So the mountains got me. So I am like interested in maybe like my next something on the list is like doing at least the Everest base camp, which I've heard is a little bit easier.
Okay. So
maybe that's next. Test it out, see how it is. Because girl, Everest is cold.
I mean,
Kilimanjaro was 5,895.
Highest point in Africa.
Everest is 8,000 plus meters. So that you gotta train for sure.
Yeah, one step at a time. It's not gonna,
yeah, definitely. Inshallah, listen, after, like during that summit day, as I'm climbing, I'm just gonna like give a glimpse because I know you want to ask deeper questions. During that summit day, as I was climbing, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to do Everest, man. This is like challenging in itself. But then after coming back from it, I'm like, Everest might seem more close to reality than I thought it would be. So I don't know. اللي الله كاتبه راح يصير بس إن شاء الله, why not?
لا إن شاء الله راح يصير. Like as we said, you manifest it.
I've manifested it since I was 16.
بس خلاص.
So يعني if it works in its own way, why not? I welcome any opportunity.
كافي. And this is what I believe honestly, in it's more than enough that you took that first step. It's like how we took the first step into doing this. Like you just woke up, called me, let's do this, khalas. I booked an appointment and that's it. So I think that's why.
Inshallah. I do believe, inshallah, it could happen. I'm not putting any limitations. Yeah. I'm open to it if it happens. And as I said, been manifesting it since I was 16. I had it in the back of my head. I watched that, documentary, and I was like,
you need another documentary. Okay, so day 6, 7. So you're on top of it.
No, it's not just on top of it.
Climbing to the top.
So basically the day of the summit. It was, I think, from day 5 to day 6.
Okay.
Day 5, we got to the base camp, which was the closest towards the summit. We got there, we had our dinner, and then they're like, okay, go get a couple of hours of sleep, because that day we were leaving at 2:30 a.m. They woke us up with that ginger tea at 1:30 a.m. I managed to get about 3 hours of sleep. It was difficult because at that base camp, we were already at 4,700 meters. Okay. So when you're in high elevation, it's a little bit difficult to sleep. It was cold. Like, I was in my sleeping bag, but my face was like freezing. And you're just like in that sleeping bag warm. You have to get up. I was prepared. I prepared all my things before sleeping. So woke up, got ready, put the headlamps on, and at about 2:45, we started heading to the top. It was dark. We walked in a single file line. We were going, as they would call it, pole pole. That was the word of the whole trip. Pole pole means شوية شوية بهداوة.
بشويش.
Yes. No حركة حركة. Pole pole.
Okay.
Pole pole. They live the Hakuna Matata life there, the pole pole life, which I love, honestly. That's what I'm all about.
Okay.
So 2:45, we start heading up. I felt like for me, that first half an hour, just getting that body warmed up and climbing was slightly difficult because, like, your body's just warming up. You got only like 3 hours of sleep. So as you start climbing, then your body gets warmed up, you get warm, you start climbing up. We were climbing, we were going very slow because we're super high altitude, lack of oxygen. It was steep going up, so it was about 5 kilometers from the camp to the summit. But we're going very slow. And we kept taking breaks, like 2-minute breaks, just to catch our breaths. And when we went there, like halfway through, not even halfway, like 3-4 hours in, we witnessed the most beautiful sunrise above the clouds. I had to stop. I told the guide, please stop. I just need to take a photo. I need to take this in.
You have a photo, right?
Yes, okay. I'll show you.
Yeah. No, we have to put it.
Yes. You know me, I'm a sucker for sunsets and sunrises. Like, that's my thing. So when I saw that sunrise, I was like, wow, this is one of the most beautiful things. And
so you were saying that you started, back on the track at around 2:45 a.m., if I'm not mistaken, so you could catch the sunrise. Was the reason behind catching the track in the a.m. was to catch the sunrise, or was there another reason?
Part of it was to watch the sunrise.
Okay.
The other part of it is that day is the longest day that we ever had there. It was almost a 16-hour day of hiking.
Continuous hiking?
No, not continuous. So that day, to get to the summit, it was 8 hours, about eight and a half hours. Then we had to hike back down to the camp, which was another about 3-ish hours. And then we had our lunch. We had like an hour break. And then we had to pack our stuff and hike to another camp.
Wow.
So enable for us to do all that before it gets dark, we had to do it in the AM. But honestly, because I'm a sucker for sunrises, it was difficult. Like that we had to wake up 2 a.m. We were sleep deprived. We were exhausted. But that sunrise was worth every single minute.
I mean, I saw the photos. It looked like those Windows screensaver things that we see, but we never actually get to experience.
It was breathtaking. And as we were hiking that day, it was exhausting because it was high slope, high elevation. You're out of oxygen. But that sunrise just gave me a push. Like every time I would just look back in the sun, I just like get this burst of energy and be like, yalla, let's keep going, guys. Let's do this. We got this.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Plus, as we were hiking in the night, that day, there was a guide for each person. So there were 8 guides with us.
Okay.
Just to make sure, just in case we needed anything, they needed to carry our bags, we needed any help. There was one person for each one of us there.
Wow.
On top of that, they were singing with us. They were singing for us, sorry. They were singing their songs. It was amazing. Like, it was just in the middle of the night. It was dark, and we're just climbing, and everyone's just in their own head. You're in your head a lot when you're climbing. Like, you talk to yourself a lot. Like, it's all about what you tell yourself, what you believe. So, like, just telling yourself, like, I got this, you got this, keep going. It's an emotion of roller coaster. It's a roller coaster of emotions, يعني, as you're climbing. But it's just you versus you. طبعا I had music on. I was kind of part-time DJ there. But it helped. But يعني, yeah, it was just you versus you. You believe in yourself. It's all mental. If you believe in yourself, you can do this, you can do this. You talk to yourself, you tell yourself, you can do this, as difficult as it is, as like the oxygen gets lower, so you're like heavy breathing. You just push through. Deep breaths, one step at a time, one moment at a time. And when I was climbing there, I was just it was like just going forward, but at the same time, I kept looking back just to see how far we've come. Be like, sometimes I don't want to look too high up and we have all that left. I look back and be like, wow, we just hiked all of that just to see how far we've come. And I'm like, okay, we got this. We did all that. We just have a little bit left.
You looked at the glass half full?
Yes. And then, like, honestly, yoga helped me a lot, yoga breath. So, yeah.
Wow, that's so inspiring. But, like, at any given time, did you think that this is enough? I think I just can't do it. Because I know, like, when you're in your mind too much, it kind of, like, you might, of course.
Yeah.
Like, it can get a toll. It can.
Well, never did I think, khalas, this is enough, I want to turn back. In my head, I was like, I've come this far. Yeah. There's only a little bit left. Why stop now? You got this. Yeah. You got this. Obviously, there's this roller coaster of emotions, like, what did I get myself into? What am I doing with it? Yes. Is my life? Yeah. But then I snap out of it. Like, I'm like, this is the most beautiful thing. It takes a toll. It's challenging. It's one of the most challenging things I've done, but one of the most beautiful things I've done in my life. That sunrise in itself, as I said, like, going up late at night at that time, I was like, what did I get myself in? And then when I saw that sunrise, I'm like, this is worth it. I loved it.
Okay. So you reached to what at that time? So base camp? From
base camp, we climb up. It was about 6 hours. There was this point, it was called Stella Point.
What's that?
Which is literally 700 meters away from the summit itself. Okay. It's one of the points where they have it there just to kind of like, we took a rest there, we reached there. And honestly, for me, reaching Stella Point was harder than the summit itself. Like, from Stella Point to the summit, Uhuru Peak, was easier for me than the Stella Point. Because towards the end, as we were reaching Stella Point, it was super steep. خلاص, we were at like 5,400 meters elevation. So imagine lack of oxygen.
Yeah.
And we were climbing. We're like, yalla, we got this.
Were there specific things you needed to do because you were so elevated, like 4,000 meters?
5,000, yeah.
5,000, yeah.
Nothing specific من ناحية preparation. It's just breathing. You just gotta keep deep breaths. Inhale, deep breaths out, exhale. And that's the only thing that you... And go slowly. Pole, pole.
Pole, pole.
Pole, pole. No haraka, haraka.
Okay.
And just keep motivating yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Those are the main things that you have to do. Other than that, there's nothing you can do except just going forward.
Okay, okay. So you reached, what do you call it, Stella Point?
Stella Point. And then from there...
Yeah. So that's the first celebration, let's say.
That was a celebration. Honestly, that was a celebration, yes.
Okay.
And after that, we didn't rest too much because you're in high elevation. You don't want to stay too much in one place. You want to keep going. Then we started heading towards the summit, which was 700 meters away.
So how long did that take you?
From what?
From the Stella Point to the summit?
The Stella Point to the summit was about 45 minutes.
Okay.
To an hour. I'm not sure. I don't remember, honestly. But then the minute we reached the summit, which is called Uhuru Peak, which means actually Freedom Peak.
Okay.
Uhuru means freedom in Swahili.
Wow.
I love the Swahili language, just FYI. We reached there. Oh my God. It was, the emotions just kept like, I don't know, man, like what happened. It was just a combination of so many emotions. Like you made it, all this built up that we've been like hiking for 7 days, all this climbing, all this hardships, it was gone. Like reaching that point, I forgot all the tab, like all the challenges,
the cold weather, the rain.
Everything. It was just like, I got there. I remember I got there. I threw my gloves to the floor. I threw my jacket on the floor and I just went and laid on the snow just to take it all in.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I'm here, you know? And so obviously some tears came down, like, you know, of achievement, of happiness. Everyone was congratulating everyone. And that's the point where you saw like, wow, like we were all in this together. And the fact like you see everyone like joyful, everyone's just congratulating another.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, we're like all hugging each other, congratulating each other. And like the minute I reached, I put on like Sitting on Top of the World, Burna Boy. I had to add my touch.
Typical.
I just started dancing and it was just like a huge achievement. And I've never like felt this way before because like it's the first time I've done this. It was just, so I feel like, khalas, like all this, I'm here, you know, like I can do this. That's when it hit me. I'm like, if I can do this, I can do anything I set my mind to. And that's when like I was like, okay, Everest, going up that to Stella Point, that's when I was like, I don't think I can do Everest, man. This is already too hard. This is already challenging. Yeah. But then I reached, I'm like, I got this. I did this. Yalla. What's next, you know? So it was amazing.
Okay.
And then we took a bunch of photos. And then they're like, yalla, let's leave. I'm like, listen, I want to stay a little longer here. We spent all this... We spent 7 days reaching here. I don't want to leave here too quick. I want to take it all in. I want to take advantage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I believe it was so surreal for you guys.
It was so surreal. And based on our guide that has been there for 9 times before us, he's like, this is the first time that he's seen the peak like this, which was covered in snow. Usually it's not. And like I've seen photos before, it was like more rocky. And when we were there, it was covered in snow. It was white. It was white blanket. Wow. Yeah. Wow. And then we came back down. And honestly, I'm going to say it. Going uphill for me is way better than descending downhill. I'll take going uphill anytime over going downhill.
Why? Or how come?
It depends on the downhill, though. Like after that day, like when we descended down, that descent was, because it was a little steep from the summit. it was a lot. The floor was gravel, so it was slippery. It was snowy as well, so it was very slippery, very steep, and your foot was just sliding down, sliding down, sliding down. So for me, I was like, oh my god, this is so annoying. You had to like go a little bit, and on top of that, I had like an injured toe, and I had an injured knee, so going downhill is not the best for that.
Okay.
And but yeah, I was like going slowly down.
Did it, because of how slippery and how snowy it was, did it take you longer?
Going down?
Yeah, going down.
For me, honestly, also because of my injured toe, it did take me a little longer. And because it was steep also. I guess like if it was a little gradual, like for example, the next day where we descended down, it wasn't as steep, it was more gradual, it was fine. But because of that steepness, and also don't forget we were sleep deprived. We just finished hiking for 9 hours. So it all added up. And that minute I got back to that tent, I was like, oh, thank God. I just sat there in the chair for a good like half an hour, just breathing. I was like,
taking it all in.
I'll take going uphill anytime. I'll climb that summit again anytime.
But I don't want to go down.
As a joke, I even told I was like, because you know how the sleds going down, I was like, ما في صينية, ما في like the tray, so I can just sit on it, sit on and slide down.
Damn. Girl.
Yeah.
So after everything that's done, what is your most memorable or unforgettable situation that happened?
Oh, I just remembered.
Oh.
One of the challenges that I've had.
Okay.
So I woke up second day, and I felt my eyes like there was a strain in my eye, and that sometimes happens to me, which I thought was like, oh, just a normal eye strain. My left eye, normal eye strain is gonna go away within half an hour of me waking up, but no, it just kept getting worse for as the day progressed, and even at nighttime I couldn't even open my eye when the lights were on. I was like, shit. So I started eye dropping it, and then next morning I woke up, my eye was swollen.
Damn.
I don't know, it was an infection or it was a sty, I'm not sure. So like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with each meal I was putting tea bag hot compresses. Yeah,
on your eye.
2 days it was a little challenging because I had to wear my sunglasses 24 hours. I can't get too much sunlight in my eye. It was a little bit like I can't open my eyes too much, but thank God I was like, it's fine, I'll do it. I just need to as long as it's done, as long as it feels better by summit day, I don't mind. Alhamdulillah, summit day was perfect. Yeah, alhamdulillah. So memorable, honestly. There's too many moments that were memorable. One of the moments, actually, when we came back down, when we descended down and we were at the gate, it was such a nice farewell from Kilimanjaro, I felt, like from the mountain itself. Like the minute we arrived to the gate and we were sitting doing paperwork, getting everything ready to leave, it just poured. It poured like crazy. I was like, is this the way of like Kilimanjaro telling us farewell? You know, like it was sad that we're leaving.
See you soon.
Yes. And then when we went after we left, we went for lunch. And then when lunch was done, we saw the most beautiful double rainbow in the sky.
Wow.
Yeah. That was like very memorable. Another memorable thing, too many. I can't, like, right now you're just like asking me, putting me in the spot. I can't, like,
I want to know everything. I'm so intrigued.
Honestly, like, those dinners at night when all of us were at the table just like reflecting, talking and stuff, and then
what?
We had this super smart Armani girl with us, where she reads a lot of like books in Arabic, and like she talks a lot, and like she's very well knowledge. Shout out to Fatma. We actually had 3 Fatmas in the group for the first time. Yep. Shout out to all 3 Fatmas. Anyway, so one of the Fatmas
the Omani
from
Fatma.
Oman, she would just like crack me up every single night during that dinner. Like she'll like it became a thing. Like every night, like she would come out with like either a Omani word that would be different, or like a Fusha word. Like for example, one of the words that we really like, I died. A coat in Fusha, it's called ma'taf.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Nobody in the group knew that.
What did you think it meant? Jacket بس بالمكتوب بالعربي. Jacket. Jacket.
Literally. So it became like kind of like the word of the
معطف is the word of the, oh my god,
word of the trip, or فعاليات.
بس حرام عليكم.
لا, that wasn't that was a قطة. It was a قطة. بس لا. Shout out to Fatma. Already miss you. I kept telling, like, she had the funniest, like the way we're gonna miss these conversations that we had. And then we had this other girl, Fajr. Shout out to Fajr. She would ask the would you rather questions.
Oh my god.
Or the deep questions. So yeah, it was very, like, I really liked those dinners.
Cute.
It was very, us coming together, bonding.
It united you guys.
Yes, and we just like,
it's always the dinner table. It's always food
the
that
last
unite.
supper.
Yeah, the last supper.
And our chef, honestly, like shout out to our chef, Mama Africa. Yani, every night he would be creative. Like one day he got us like a every night we'd have soup, and one night he made pumpkin soup, and he put the pumpkin soup in the actual pumpkin served to us.
Wow.
One day it was tikka, one day it was fried chicken, or fish. Like every day was something different. One day was pasta, rice, and then on that last day where we were leaving, as a farewell, he made a cake.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Like a goodbye farewell.
Yes, literally, like he wore his chef outfit, and he's always smiling, and he wrote like our group name and in a cake.
That's so sentimental.
Yes, it was so special. And a special thing that they do is like they all gather around, sing, dance. So that's very memorable as well.
Wow.
And the song that has been like stuck in my head since I've been there and since I got back was Jumbo Bwana. Jumbo Bwana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say it was the national anthem of the trip.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's still stuck in my head till this day. Honestly, I really, really like the Swahili language.
Okay. Any words?
My favorite word, nzuri sana.
Zuri sana.
Nzuri.
Nzuri sana.
Very good.
Very good.
Honestly, my favorite word is pole pole.
Okay. Shway. Bishwesh.
Yes. Hakuna matata.
Hakuna matata is always hakuna matata.
The word that I learned, kidogo. Little bit.
Okay, so that's like you're minimizing poli basically.
No, poli is براحة يعني عالراحة.
Okay.
Like relaxing, calm, like not slowly.
Okay.
Kidogo means a little bit.
Okay.
Poquito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So the
Asante. Oh my God, Asante means thank you.
Okay.
On the way
meant something else. But
no. On the way back to Kuwait, I went through Qatar airport. I went through Kuwait airport, and as I was there, like I want to say thank you. I kept wanting to say Asante. That's how much I was saying.
You're just stuck.
Khalas, I'm stuck there. Yes, Asante sana.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Yeah, such a beautiful language.
Definitely is. So the word that you said that means a little bit is
like a little bit or
a little bit.
A little bit. Kidogo.
Okay. So your last words for people that are inspired and aspire to go to somewhere like Kilimanjaro.
Just do it. Don't think twice.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Literally, just do it. You won't, like, the more you think about it, the more it's going to take long. Just don't think about it too much. It is challenging. I'm not going to say it's all butterflies and rainbow. It's an easy walk in the park. It is challenging, but if you're up for that challenge, if you're up for this lifetime or like a life-changing, if you're in like experience, just go for it, because you will never know how it feels, or you'll never like experience it until you do it. And if you're gonna keep putting it in the back burner, you'll never do it. So just do it.
What would you tell someone like me if they ever told you they were going, they're planning to go somewhere to Kilimanjaro? Bear in mind, you guys, that I'm not very athletic. I'm not energetic.
See, I wouldn't sugarcoat it honestly for you.
Yeah.
Because like knowing you,
I take a shower every single day.
Yeah. Another thing about that, since we didn't touch base on that, 7 days no shower.
Oh my God, no.
7 days.
No Kilimanjaro for me ever.
7 days.
That's my problem with camping. Like, I want to do everything.
Listen, that was one thing I was worried about. I was like, shit, how am I not going to shower for 7 days? This is crazy. What's going to happen? Like, this is the longest I've gone without a shower.
My hair is greasy at
honestly,
day one, second half.
Honestly, I'm going to put it out there. Even if there was a shower at day 4 or 5, I would have showered. It's freaking cold. I don't want to be damp and wet in the middle of the cold, and you're trying to dry yourself, and maybe there's no sun. The weather is unpredictable. I want to have showered. But that first shower, after coming back to that hotel, oh my God, we finished the hot water of the hotel. Everyone jumped straight into the shower. That, honestly, بصراحة, after that mountain, one thing that I really took away from it is like, I feel more like at peace. I feel calm and gratitude. Just like being grateful for that shower.
Of course,
being grateful
7 days
for
with
that
no
bed,
hot water.
Being grateful for your bed. Like I found like even like I was a very grateful person to begin with, but like I found those small, like even smaller things to be grateful for. And wow, yeah. The shower. So yeah, I would tell you, I wouldn't sugarcoat it. Knowing you, and like anyone that would come ask me, I wouldn't sugarcoat it. I would tell you it is challenging. It will mess up with, like,
7
you
days,
need to be very...
Farah, 7 days, no shower, I'm out. I'm out. Sign me out. Never sign me in somewhere. My hair is greasy. Just like second half of the first day.
There's beanies, there's his headbands.
No, قمر صيبان بياكلونا.
Alhamdulillah, my hair doesn't get greasy, but my curls, they became dreadlocks by the end.
Why لا?
And you know when it hit me that I just freaking climbed the summit? On the way back to the hotel, as we're like, because wherever you are in Kilimanjaro area, you will see the peak of the mountain. So as we were coming back, we saw, like, usually it's covered in clouds, but that day we were going back to the hotel, we saw the peak, and it was like showing so clearly, and we were like, and that's when it hit me. I was like, wow, I was just up there. Yeah. You feel so little. Like, another thing about being out in nature and being out in these like huge mountains, it just shows you how little we are in this world. Like, we are literally, compared to the whole world, compared to nature. And I felt this when I went to Oman hiking as well, but like this, I felt it even more like walking through the jungle. Like, we are so little. We're so small. Like, the world is so much big. Like, it just puts things in perspective so much, yani.
I love that. It just reminds us to like count our blessings.
Ground yourself. Yeah. That's why, like, I came back, I feel so much calmer. I feel more at peace.
I don't see that, but okay.
من داخل.
Only من داخل, okay. Because I don't see that, but okay.
It's the curls.
I guess so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For sharing your story.
I probably forgot a lot of things, but guys.
It will come up. We talked about the main things that happened. I hope we inspired.
There's two things I want to add before we close. I have a voice note I want to share from 2 voice notes from a couple of the girls that were with us, that they shared their experience, and I want to add it to just for them. One of them, actually, her name is Sabrina. She was our inspiration. She's a mother. She's 55 years old.
Wow.
She is a grandma as well. And she climbed it like a champion. She did not let anything stop her. she was going, and like literally she was a true inspiration for us. And I just want to like give her a shout out, because true inspiration.
Shout out to Sabrina.
And this is her experience. And بصراحة, like, she did it, and like age is just a number. Yeah, you know, you just gotta believe in yourself. That's another thing. So I'm gonna play it to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Sabrina. I'm from Oman, and I was privileged to participate with Prism Adventures to trek up to Mount Kilimanjaro. So I'm a 54-year-old mother of 5 children who decided I needed to challenge myself, not only physically but mentally. So trekking up Mount Kilimanjaro was tough for me. I admit it was tough, but it has made me realize that resilience lies deep in ourselves. No one can give that to you, and once you've conquered those fears, nothing can stop you from achieving your goals and being satisfied with what you have in life. I was also honored to meet and spend those few days with people I have never met before, who suddenly became like my closest brothers and sisters, and I depended on them for so many things, I can assure you. It was truly an exhilarating experience that I would encourage anyone to take. The flood of emotions once I reached the summit with the guides was very overwhelming and emotional. It's difficult to explain in words, but it was like someone had released all the negativity inside me and released whatever burdens I had kept inside myself. I also cannot express enough how caring and supportive our guides were. They truly are amazing people, really amazing people with so much empathy for others. I just can't explain it in words, really, seriously. So if you're thinking of taking the challenge, go for it. You won't regret it. It's an experience of a lifetime. And also, if you're a nature lover as I am, Kilimanjaro is overflowing with fantastic biodiversity. So please take the challenge. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's really worth it. Thanks.
And I have it from Fatma from Oman as well. My favorite. معطف. Oh, there was way other words, but this is all that let me play it. Okay, so
in terms of things that I really learned or got a good reminder of during this trip is, you know, camping and hiking aren't necessarily the most comfortable experiences, but I think the comfort and how comfortable a lot of things felt and were was one of the biggest takeaways that I've gotten from this trip, because it's really crazy how adaptable people are and human beings are, how you can find and create comfort and find comfort in even really difficult things. And since this was, you know, it wasn't an easy challenge, I rely on these kind of experiences to be meaningful reminders that I've overcome something difficult. It's early in the year and Kilimanjaro is not easy. So I feel like on an emotional, spiritual level, I have this to be saying to myself, you did Kilimanjaro. How difficult could the rest of the year be? Or if I confront something difficult, hey, I did Kilimanjaro. So yeah, I think these two things are my biggest takeaways, like how possible, entirely possible without being cliche, to find comfort in the middle of discomfort. And it's good to do something challenging because it gives you that boost after you overcome it, that you're set for a while until you need to do something else challenging.
Well, shout out to Sabrina and Fatma
for sharing their experiences,
for being such inspirations. Definitely. Two people from different backgrounds, different age groups, different countries.
The group we had, the youngest was 24, the oldest was 54. So
wow.
Yeah, a big range of ages.
Thank you for your inspiring story.
You're welcome.
Sharing your friends' inspiration and your friends' voices. I mean, the group must be so inspirational.
Every single one of them was special.
I love that. I hope we inspire many more today to
Inshallah.
Go join.
Don't think about it. No, مو شرط Kilimanjaro. There's so many other, start small. Like if
start small. Farah, you started small. and you're getting more deep into it. So start small. Don't rip the Band-Aid.
The mountains captured my heart. So honestly,
Thank God she was into the island vibe.
it's no. Don't get me wrong. That's still me. But it captured. I didn't expect it to capture a bit of my heart. يعني. I'm still an island girl, though.
Always an island gal, Farah. Always. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Honestly.
And Ramadan Kareem. Hope you guys are enjoying the first week of Ramadan.
Yeah.
And
let us know what the futur is.
yeah, what are the new snacks? What are the new desserts?
Yeah.
I know Kuwait always goes crazy with the desserts in Ramadan.
Always. Thank you. You helped me. إني ألف Samboosa.
You're welcome. Next time you want me to help you kubba, waraq anab, we got this.
Let's see what we're going to bring next time to the table. It's Ramadan. It's all about food, gathering, Last Supper type of style.
Friends, family.
Always.
Cozy vibes. All right. So as always, keeping it for real.
Big love. Peace.
Peace.